Let's talk about Maximum Carnage on the SEGA Genesis. For anybody that grew up in the 90s and was a big Marvel Comics fan, this was a game that you definitely played. Whether you played it on the Super Nintendo or the SEGA Genesis, you definitely were playing this game at some point. For me, the SEGA Genesis was the better version because not only was the soundtrack better, but it had a vibe that you just didn't get on the Super Nintendo. The game itself follows both Spider-Man and Venom as they try to take down Carnage based on the Marvel comic of the same name. It gets pretty challenging, especially in the later levels, and borderline cheap in some sections, but it doesn't take away from the fact that this game was a real cool vibe overall, especially if you were into comics and specifically Marvel comics back then. Let me know some of your thoughts about Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage in the comment section down below. Who was your favorite characters to play as? What were some of your favorite comic arcs to read back in the 90s? There was a lot of Marvel comics back then that a lot of people wanted to see made as video games, or even if you followed the animated series for Spider-Man back then, tell me about it in the comments. And of course, as always, make sure you follow me on here for even more great gaming content.